This is an example of the majority of what the keys are on there, like this size right here. And what you have underneath is this plastic scissor hinge that's attached to the key underneath. So what you're actually doing is you're separating this hinge from that key when you actually slide the tool underneath. So let me see if I can give you a side view of this. You can kind of see that right there, how it drops right there. So what you're actually doing when you're separating the two is you're taking this tool and you're sticking it inside this little fold right here. And then when you press in, that snaps that right off. So that's why it's important to go in on the actual sides of it and to think that that fold will be somewhat centered in that key. So if you slide your toothpick, paper clip, or whatever it might be, think that you need to remain in the center of this key. To remove your delete key, you're going to take your tool, spudger, toothpick, paper clip, whatever you're using, just place it underneath the bottom side of the key, and we're going to pry it up just a tad like we're trying to peek inside of a pizza box. And you're going to take your second tool and insert it on the left hand side of the key. And you can remove your bottom tool. And now what we're eventually going to do, once we put our finger up here to hold down this top part of the key, we're going to take this tool and we're going to slide it to the right. And what that's going to do is that's going to separate this key from the scissor hinge underneath it. So let's give that a try. Holding down the top part of the key, sliding this tool to the right, and it just separates. Well, it looks like sometimes it'll catch. It didn't quite completely separate from the actual scissor hinge, and what you can do is put your tool back underneath there and then just fold it down and put some pressure, and that should snap right off like that. There you go. And you'll notice too that it has this little metal clip right here, and that should actually stay in there. It doesn't matter, it can come out, you just have to put it back in there. So let's take that off. What we're going to do is separate this from your key, and then we'll put that back in. Just clips underneath. There's like a couple holes where this should slide in. Sometimes it's a little finicky. You just kind of have to work with it. Try to get it to work. There we go. And just drop it right into place. And now to remove the plastic scissor hinge, take your tool, put it right on top of the rubber cup and then underneath the plastic hinge, and we're just going to pry it up gently. There you go. And you can grab it with your fingers and then just kind of pull down, and it should come right out. Now get your replacement hinge, and you'll notice that it's tapered towards the top and wider at the bottom, and that corresponds to how we're actually going to put it back into the keyhole. So let's go ahead and start with the bottom part where these two holes are. They're actually going to grab a hold of these little metal tabs. They're very tiny, but just put them right down there like that, and you should feel it grab, and then you can just let go of it. It should fall right into place, and then we're going to press down with our finger until you hear a little click. Now get your replacement delete key. You're just going to stick it right on top like that, and then we're going to press down to get all the clips underneath this delete key to catch. So you might have to kind of roll your finger. Sometimes I just go for these wider keys, I'll go to the four corners just to make sure, and you've installed your delete key.
Mac.
Yankees.com.